Okay, so as some of my subscribers know, I had kind of dropped off the scene for a while, but I'm not going to lie, this unit, or both of them, brought me back. It's that big of a deal. I really think it is. I'm not affiliated with Ninja. I have not spoke with anyone at Ninja in over a year when they did offer me to become affiliated, and I didn't accept it, and I haven't even spoke with them on the phone, email, or nothing. I'm just getting that out of the way because a lot of people think I am because they just got good products and I like them and I sound like a salesman for them. I'm not. I don't even have links on my page. But to cut to the chase, this one I've had a month or so, and I was using my Ninja oven, as you've seen a lot of my older videos or my more later or recent videos. I have been stuck on the oven for a long time and it worked great. But take my word, this took minutes off of one of my main recipes, and I'll say what I do right quick, and it is I make my own burgers, my own frozen burgers, and I cut them out of a chub, and I've got a video I'll kind of put right here where maybe you can see what I mean by that. I take a hamburger roll of hamburgers called a chub, and I cut my own hamburgers into about that thick. Then I freeze them, and they make the best air-fried hamburgers, if you ask me, there can be. Well, when you steam it first and then air fry it, it's even better and faster. And again, I think it's an excellent feature. If you've ever looked into steam ovens before, you'll know they are really expensive, but that's because they work well. Well, that's kind of what these are, just a small steam oven. But the reason I bought these units, or the reason I bought this unit, it has a thermometer and a roast, a pot roast, or a chuck roast, one of my favorite meals, and I've got many videos. And you can take any of those videos that I have up, or anyone's, and copy it and do it with that thermometer, and you don't have to guess the time anymore. You just put the thermometer in, set it for whatever temp you want. You'll see the video I'm fixing to show you. I set mine for 210. And at 210 degrees, it cuts off. And you don't have to worry about what size your roast is, or trying to figure, or calculate how much time it needs to be under pressure. The thermometer that can be used in a pressure situation is unbelievable, if you ask me. It's a great thing to have. Now, I will say, with that right there, there's a few things about the thermometer, and it's this right here. When you take it out, you want to, use it. But when you do not lose the little piece you have to pull out. This is just a side note. I always put mine right here, because if you lose that, the item or the unit will not function. So you either got to have a thermometer in there or this. So I just wanted to mention that because I haven't heard anyone mention it. There's a couple of other things I'm going to mention at the end of the video, but I'm going to show you a couple of the recipes that I did. I say impromptu. I think I say that in the video a couple of times, but I don't use a microphone and I don't use a tripod, so bear with me while I cook a chicken, a roast, and I'll show you what it looks like, a pot roast that is, and then one of my favorite recipes I've done in both of these, and it's an apple bread, and cooked 2 today, or last night, and they're both gone. There's about this much left of one of them. Of course, it's Sunday and we had some people over here. They loved it. It does excellent with breads. So to cut to that part, what I'm going to do is just going to drop in those videos. Maybe I'll explain them in a little bit, in more detail. And I'll also go over a couple of more things that, you might want to know about it and what I've learned using it for a month or so. But anyhow, here come a couple of my little probably shaky videos where I'm holding my camera in my hand with no tripod and no microphone, but here they are. But I'm doing a test cook on a chuck roast, and I have a 2.5 pound chuck roast in there right now inside the new Ninja with the thermometer and the pressure release and all the stuff. But I wanted to show you what it looks like while it's cooking. I've got my target temp set to 210. Going to see how that turns out. It's at 117. You can see it shows you the temp as it cooks. And I'm going to do these once I get this roast to that temp. And I'm going to do kind of the same thing. I'm going to use the probe, but you'll see that in just a second. I'm going to make short videos of it just to add to my review of this device. It fell apart coming out. I'm telling you, it is it's cooked perfectly. I can't wait to try it, and I haven't yet. But right now, I'm about to do the same thing with these potatoes. I'm going to put that probe in the largest potato I have, and I'm going to look for 200 degrees, to maybe 205. That is the perfect potato temp that I found, and I'm going to do all that over there separate. So, yeah. All right there it is. I mean, that's excellent as it sits. Now, I'm doing my trick with my brown gravy, and I've actually put 2 tablespoons in there, and I'm going to stir it in a minute and see if it gets a little bit thicker, and then I'll pour that over it. But you can see, and I'm going to say something, that roast is cooked absolutely perfect. There is nothing wrong with it. The potatoes and the carrots the same way. Now, the carrots are soft, no doubt, but that's how I like them. And normally I'd have celery and mushrooms, but tonight it was this. Now, it worked, but now you see it. Okay, so another little impromptu video where I'm not miking up or anything. Just want to show how the device works. And I have a chicken, a whole chicken, 5.5 pounds. And I'm using the thermometer, the preset thermometer, where I can use, I've got it set to chicken, in other words. I just set it to chicken. That's all you do. You can't change anything. You hit chicken and you hit start. And that is where we are. So, hopefully you'll see in a minute. Okay, as the instant it hit 170, it did cut off, and that was their setting. I mean, I didn't use preset. I used, I didn't use manual. I used preset for chicken, and they put it at 170. So let's take a look, see how it looks. It looks a little dark on the top, maybe a little bit. I promise you it's going to be good. There's no doubt in my mind. I feel positive it will be perfect. Now, that may be my seasonings a little bit, but anyhow, I guess you could go manual and cut it off at 165 if that's what you want, but all I'm going to do is leave it there and let it stay warm a little while, and then I'm going to pull it apart. I'm going to pull it out of there and eat it, but I just wanted to see how it operated. Okay, and one more thing, for the record, I just looked, but I'm going to show you too. If you come down through here, my target number of 170 is definitely there. Now, when I go past it, it's going to go way higher because that's just the way it works. But my lowest number that I got, I might have saw 168, but it's pretty close to exactly what that thermometer was reading. Now, it's been about maybe 3 minutes, but right there is 169, 171. The thermometer is accurate if you ask me, and that means a lot. So now you know. Okay, so just for the record, we know it's done because it's 170, but that's how it looks all the way around. There's where the thermometer was, and it's a good looking chicken, there's no doubt. Now, I used my silicone rubber bands to truss it with, but and it looks to be almost where the leg's going to fall apart. I'm not doing tripods right now, and I'm not even doing microphones. I'm just trying to show y'all what this device does. I do like it. And right there is one-handed, without a tripod, I can tear this chicken leg off. So, you see, it's done. You don't need to know it's done. It's 170. So, I mean, it's done. It looks excellent. It looks juicy. It works. I really do like the idea of steaming and air frying at the same time. But anyhow, whoops, got my finger in the camera. Part of not having a tripod. Now you know. Okay, so one more recipe that I love in this device is a cake recipe. And it is a recipe that my wife got from one of her friends. She's known for years. Her name is Stacy Davis, and I'm telling you, this recipe is absolutely excellent. You can see everything I'm putting in it. That is 2 Granny Smith apples. There's the dry ingredients. There's the wet ingredients. That brown stuff is the vanilla. But to get this moving on, I'm going to cook them. Let you see what they look like. I've sprayed them. By the way, I use this right here, which is any type with a flour built into it, and that's what I sprayed one. And you can see how the other one looks without it, and it makes an excellent thing. And all I've done was chop those apples, and I've mixed the dry ingredients, and I'm fixing to stir this up real well, combine those two, and then put them in those pans. And then I'm going to use the recipe. I've already done this once, and it worked excellent, for the banana bread in the Ninja Foodi book. I'm just going to go by their directions for cooking. So, again, no tripod, no microphone, just trying to show you some things I like with it. And hang on, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, I did want to show it to you right quick. It's not like normal or like a lot of cake batters. It's kind of a peanut butter-like consistency. So don't let that freak you out. The recipe or the instructions in the Foodi book for the banana bread says 3 cups of water in the bottom, which I have, and then set it to 300 for 30 minutes. And we're going to see how that is, because I'm going to check it with my thermometer, as always, because I'm looking for around 200 degrees. So we'll see what it looks like in a minute. Be back. And one last thing, this is a steam and bake recipe, and I have both of them set to that, and it is time to start that cook and start that cook. I have it vented. It's steam, not pressure. All right, there goes one of them. There goes the other. Let's open it up. Once it winds down, and see what they look like. And they look excellent. I'm going to take a quick temp read, then I'm going to pull it out. Well, still some good warm coming out of there, but let's see. I'm good with that. It's 181 down near the bottom. It comes up to 180. I think it'll get that in the rest period. So I'm going to put that lid back down for just a minute. I'm going to let it rest in that pot for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to move it out to this rack. So, see y'all then. Okay, so there they both are. After about 10 minutes, I let them rest inside this pot after the cook finished. But what I wanted to show you was there's still water left. I don't know if you can see it, but there's water left in the bottom of both of these pots. So, I think it steams the entire time. They look excellent, and if they're anything like the last ones I've cooked, they are. Anyhow, that's what they look like. We'll dump them out, and I'll slice a piece at some point. It's a Pastor Appreciation Month, and we're having him and his wife here tomorrow, and that's kind of what I'm doing with this. Of course, I got some other things going on, but that's kind of what this is. So I may not cut them tomorrow, but anyhow, I'll show it to you. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes, and that's what they recommend time to let it rest on the banana bread. So we're going to, still a little warm, let's see. Oh, it came out perfect. So I'm going to slide that just a little bit, and we're going to take a look inside right now, right in the middle. Like I said, they're for tomorrow, but I can get by with this, I think. And take my word. Like I said, I've already had one of these, and it is absolutely as good as you might expect, especially the end pieces. I love end pieces, and it's chewy, it's good. I can't wait to eat it. It's still a little warm, but let's just see what we got. But I can't do it, hold this camera. Well, I can get that piece. And it is 100% perfect. Anyhow, now you know, apple bread steamed is the way to go, if you ask me. I honestly never had anything this good as far as a cake. It worked great and easy. Now here's something I cooked and forgot to get out today. And it's butternut squash. I steam baked it, put a little salt and pepper. Then I put, after it cooked for a while, steamed it on the steam bake, which steams for 20 minutes, I believe it is. I did it at 375. And then when it got around 200 degrees in there, with my thermometer, I just increased it to broil on the settings and let it get done right there. So anyhow, it was excellent. Like I said, I forgot to get it out. So I did a little taste test on it. And take my word, again, it's excellent. And it's just real easy to do when you can steam it all. This is what I put on it. I put some agave and brown sugar. So anyhow. Okay, so to kind of wrap this up, I was going to show you the cost of them, because I'm kind of, well, I wouldn't say confused, but I will say, here's what the one with the thermometer cost. And 300, I don't know if you can see it or if it's focusing real well, but $377.99. That's what total cost for it to get to my house was. And I'm not even complaining. I mean, a thermometer and a pressure cooker, I'm happy with. Now, this one, I couldn't find the paper receipt for this one. I've had it. Well, I ordered that one on 10/06. It says it on here. And this one I ordered on, I don't know why I care, like it says 8/13. Anyhow, it was $356. So you're talking about $20 difference. Well, if to release the pressure automatically or ever how you want to program it, either natural, quick release, or delayed release is not worth $20, well, that's amazing. And not to mention what the thermometer's worth. So there's no way I would pay $20 or try and save $20 and get this one. I would go with this one and go ahead and pay the $377 or whatever. Now, one thing I did want to do right quick was show you the, here is the recipe, whoops, to that cake. And I'm promising you, if you make that cake, you, your family, all your friends, everybody will love it. It is absolutely excellent. Everybody here has just raved over it, including myself. I mean, I've loved it. I was going to touch on one or two more things. Actually, just one. There's one. There it is. There it comes. This is different than the other Ninjas you've used, because the others, the lid came off and you could drain the water back in before you removed the lid. Well, now when you open this, every bit of the water runs right here. And I mean, this fills up in a hurry. And if you're used to the normal Ninja, then you're going to either run water over or have nasty water before long, because it's going to fill up. Just 2 or 3, maybe 4 cooks I had right here. I mean, and it's a lot more than you're used to if you've been using Ninjas or anything. I've never, this one does fill up a lot faster, and there it came out again. But anyhow, the other thing I've already mentioned is keep up with your pen or your device in here. Oh, I got it locked. I forgot why it wouldn't open. Keep up with this. If you pull it out, if you lose this, it will not run without it or the thermometer. I guess you could get another one from Ninja. And that's really, I mean, there's a lot more to say, and I'll have more videos, I guess. I think it's a wonderful unit, and I'm going to be using it. And so far, I have been super impressed. Y'all come back to see me. I know I've kind of laid low for a while, but I've been doing other stuff. And hey, this brought me back. I think it's a good unit. I think you will be. I think you'll think it is also, or I wouldn't be telling you. And that's why I do this. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Bye-bye.